Today is March 17, 1879 on Frontier News, and this just in. The Supreme Court has come to a ruling in the Utah v. Wilkerson case where American stockman and horsebreaker Wallace Wilkerson was convicted of murdering bartender William Baxter in the first degree, to which Wilkerson claimed innocent. He was said to have been seen having several disagreements with Baxter, and allegedly fighting broke out after a game of cribbage, where accusations of cheating were thrown out. Wilkerson then shot Baxter in the forehead and fled the scene. During the examination of the body, it was determined that Baxter had been unarmed at the time of the shooting. Just a couple days after opening statements, Wilkerson was then sentenced to death, where he was given a choice between decapitation, hanging, and firing squad, which he ultimately chose firing squad. I will now pass it to Devin to explain the appeal.
Thank you, Emma. This case was appealed the next year to the Supreme Court of the Utah Territory by Wilkerson on the grounds that execution by firing squad was unconstitutional under the 8th Amendment. The 8th Amendment prohibits all cruel and unusual punishment, and the Wilkerson, along with his lawyers Hodge and Williams, believed that execution by a firing squad presented unnecessary and cruel and unusual punishment. Now on to CK to explain the Supreme Court's ruling.
Thank you, Devin. The case of Wilkerson v. Utah was brought to the United States Supreme Court, where Supreme Court Chief Justice Morrison Waite, along with fellow justices Nathan Clifford, Noah H. Swain, Samuel F. Miller, Stephen J. Field, William Strong, Joseph P. Bradley, Ward Hunt, and John M. Harlem, concluded in favor of the state. The unanimous opinion of the court was delivered by Justice Nathan Clifford, where he affirms that the decision of the lower court to have Mr. Wallace Wilkerson publicly executed by means of firing squad was in no way a violation of the 8th Amendment in the Constitution prohibiting cruel and unusual punishment. The court's decision was explained as death by firing squad could not be unconstitutional due to it being a vital punishment used in the United States military. Justice Clifford goes to validate the fact that the decision of the means of death in a case of the death penalty is left to the courts, referring to the statute that persons guilty of murder in the first degree shall suffer death multiple times. Justice Clifford uses the statute's undisclosed direction towards the means of execution to refute the prisoner's theory that the lower court had no right in determining the way he is to be executed. Whilst the United States Supreme Court ruled that execution by public shooting was not unconstitutional, Justice Nathan Clifford did adhere to execution by embowelment alive, beheading, and quartering, along with public dissection and burning alive, were all unconstitutional under the 8th Amendment.
Thank you, CK. At the end of the day, most of you are probably wondering what this entails for me and those around me. This whole case is clearly an issue of the 8th Amendment, which states no excessive bail or excessive fines or cruel or unusual punishment. With the court's ruling, a precedent has been established in criminal court that doesn't specifically target any groups, but the implication that if you are found guilty of a bad enough crime and lose all chance of appeal, you are truly sentenced to death. Some can see this as justice being brought, or another way for those in power to manipulate the system and get what they want. Only time will tell.
Here we are outside of the courthouse where it all happened. I'm here with witness
Mary Jenkins
to witness the trial firsthand. Mary, what did you think about the trial?
I think that it was a good thing that they kept it constitutional because people deserve to die for their actions. And Wilkerson got what he deserved for shooting his friend.
And what do you see for the future?
I think it will be a safer place for everyone, and people will continue to get what they deserve for their actions.
Thank you. And that wraps up our Frontier News.